Floyd Mayweather kicked it with UFC knockout artist Tyron Woodley. Hear what he had to say about his McGregor paycheck. Stay tuned. Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest. And Mayweather versus McGregor. Everybody's talking about it. And to be honest, I've probably seen more recent articles and videos made about, like, just on your homepage. You know, they try to recommend similar niche stuff. I've probably seen more McGregor Mayweather stuff than I have Canelo Triple G. Now, that's not to say one fight is better than the other. I'm just telling you what I've seen personally. Tyron Woodley, UFC knockout artist. He had a rematch with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. The second one wasn't as thrilling as the first one, but he almost closed the show again in the final round, and that was a good title defense. Wonderboy thought he could do better, but I mean, he was controlling distance. He has a hard style because he has that karate. And he's lengthy, you know, he has the range or whatever. But Tyron Woodley won again. And I guess he was in the club. He ran into Floyd Mayweather. Floyd was like, hey, come here. And he was chopping it up with Floyd. Dan Bilzerian was there, and they're just kicking in the club. And then somebody starts filming, and Tyron Woodley posted it. And Mayweather gave him a plug and said, hey, this is the best UFC fighter right here. And Tyron Woodley did an interview with TMZ Sports. Link in the description, and he was basically just kind of recapping what happened. He said, yeah, I ran into Floyd, he was showing love, and he said, come here. And he's like, yeah, I see how you be handling these dudes. You got hands, you be knocking people out. And he's like, if you want, I can show you some little things to improve your technique and sharpen your defense so you don't even get hit in that octagon. And I thought that was a cool move from Floyd Mayweather, trying to help. And Tyron Woodley says that Mayweather is just real down to earth, and he has a big entourage with him or whatever, and he's always checking to see if everyone has drinks, if they're comfortable, if they're good. And he says that was surprising because you would think, based on Money Mayweather and the moniker and money and all that, you would think he would be like self-centered, but he was just making sure everybody that rolled with him was in good spirits and enjoying their self and stuff like that. So I told you guys that I know people that know Floyd, that know people in his gym, things like that. And Floyd, he's a character, like, you know, he's just like WWE. I doubt The Rock and Stone Cold and like act all one way all the time. Stone Cold, when he's with his family, probably doesn't act what, you know, and that's the bottom line. But you got to understand that Floyd mastered the business, and he decided to be the villain, but he's not the villain like non-stop 24/7. He plays all that stuff up for cameras, and Tyron Woodley's testimony is another example of that. Now, this is the thing that I don't like with like casual boxing fans, because it's like they always demand stuff, like just crazy stuff. So the TMZ reporters, they asked Tyron Woodley, so, oh, after the McGregor fight, are you going to try to fight Floyd? You know what I'm saying? They're always trying to deconstruct and create, like, I understand TMZ, their whole page is kind of like gossipy and, you know what I mean, tabloid, shocking headlines and things like that, but always trying to stir the pot. This man's in the club, and he just told you guys that Floyd Mayweather offered to help train him to some capacity, not necessarily be his primary trainer, nothing like that, but show him some technique to throw his punches, to slip punches or defense or whatever. And you're asking about fighting him, trying to, again, stir the pot. Like I said, I see how the East Coast, West Coast, Biggie and Pac situation got out of hand, because you put all these people and people instigate stuff. Why would you ask that man about fighting Floyd when he said Floyd showed nothing but love to him and said and just gave him a shout out and said he's the best fighter in the UFC, and you asking if he's going to come back and fight him? Not to mention, this is what I'm talking about with the casual stuff, not to mention that Tyron Woodley campaigns at like 170, and he's on record saying he's like 205 200 pounds when he's not fighting. Like he's clearly a big dude, you know what I mean? So what are you talking about? Then Tyron Woodley said that Mayweather said Conor McGregor is going to be pissed when he sees my paycheck. So I don't know. Well, we know what that means, but I don't know how much he's getting. But I guess in Floyd's world, he believes that if Conor finds out how much he's getting, he's going to be a little bit envious, a little bit jealous. So that's the latest. I want you guys to check it out. The TMZ link and interview is going to be in the description, so you guys can check it out. But always trying to pit two brothers against each other, people who are cool and have no issue, and that's it. But I like Tyron Woodley. He was in the Straight Outta Compton movie. I just like his overall, his demeanor and his spirit, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I always liked his personality. He was talking about how he's self-promoted, and he did speak up at one point and talk about like racism and boxing. So I respect anybody like that who goes against what's popular, accepted, to speak their mind, especially when it's coming from a realistic place. And Tyron Woodley, he's going to be fighting at UFC 214. So Tyron Woodley will face Damian Maia, UFC 214. Obviously, I heard GSP might fight the winner of that fight. Should be a good welterweight title defense. It's going to be in Anaheim, California, July 29th. Looking forward to that fight. Now, another thing Tyron said that it's so ridiculous to me, but he was basically saying that Floyd obviously took a dig at Conor. We all know he's fighting Conor in August, and he says this is the best UFC fighter right there. So it's kind of a shot at Conor McGregor. And Woodley was saying basically fans were getting mad at him for saying, hey, you're picking boxing over UFC, your own sport, you're a traitor, you're a sellout or something. That sounds ridiculous. Now, he explained it. He says Conor's a good fighter, he's a solid person, but I'm not inviting him to my kids' parties, meaning I don't really know him like that. You know what I mean? They asked him, TMZ guys asked him, who do you like better? You like Floyd or Conor? He's like, Conor's cool, but I think me and Floyd's personalities click a bit more. You know what I mean? People always try to flip it. Like, so if he's cool with a person outside of his universe, the MMA or UFC, they try to make it like, oh, he's going against his own sport. Why would he compete in the UFC if he hated it? You know what I'm saying? Or MMA if he hated it. Always trying to spin something into something crazy. And he said it in his own words. He basically said, like, Conor's cool. I respect him as a fighter. He's a good fighter. But, I mean, we're not best buds like that. We're not cool, you know what I mean? We're cordial, we see him. And they had that altercation, if I'm not mistaken, where they had that run-in before UFC 205 or whatever it was. So people always try to make something into an issue. Oh, you're a sellout, you're picking Floyd over your own. Like, you guys got these fake alliances and allegiances. Like, him and Conor, because they're in the same sport, that don't mean that they're besties and best friends. So let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.